Welcome students. In the previous class, I have discussed the meaning of some words used in the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree. Today I will explain you the first stanza of the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree, written by William Butler Yeats. Before I proceed, I would like to remind you the poem The Road Not Taken, in which the poet took one path and kept the second path for future. It means he thought that one day he would return and would take the second path. Now you have to relate this poem to this one, The Lake Isle of Innisfree. Here the poet, he went to the city. He is living in an urban surrounding. Now he has a longing that one day he would return to his countryside and take a break from the city life and enjoy the country life. It reveals the real suffering that the poet feels when evoking the image of his paradise, in contrast with what is a hell for him. And this is a sensation that we can extend to every single person who feels prisoner of his reality. As human beings, we need to escape sometimes from the oppressive atmosphere in which we are living. So, if we cannot do it physically, we can always use our imagination, use our heart to try to reach this pleasure that we long. See the first stanza. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made, 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee. See the first stanza, the poet describes physical location on Innisfair, where he will live alone in a self-made cabin. Now I will explain this poem this stanza, line by line. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. Okay, the first line is I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. The speaker says that he is off to Innisfree. He will go to Innisfree. Innisfree is a small island in a lake called Lough Gill, Lough, Lough Gill, in Sligo County, Ireland. The poet grew up visiting Sligo every year and taking small trips to Lough Gill. The poet, he is determined, he is resolved that he will arise, he will stand up and go to Innisfree. The second line, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. First of all, I would like to explain the term wattles. Wattles are rods and stakes mixed with sticks and branches to make walls or fences. They are actually pretty standard fencing fare. So the poet is going to build a small cabin, a small room, and it is going to be pretty simple. Right away, we can tell that this isn't your typical dream vacation fantasy palace. He is not building some villa with an infinity pool. He is going to make a very simple room, a simple cabin for himself. And once again, we have got some serious determination on our hands. This guy, the poet, is making plans. He is planning to go to Innisfair and make a cabin for himself. Now come to the line number 3 and 4 of the stanza 1. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and leave alone in the bee loud glade. He says he is going to have a small bean garden and a beehive for honeybees. The poet sounds like he is in serious need of a break from city life. He is in serious need of retirement. Glade is an open space in a forest, so you can probably picture the bee glade as a clearing wood in the woods surrounding this tiny cabin with swarms of honeybees. And in line 4, the poet says that he wants to live alone, surrounded by the sound of bees and the presence of nature. Why no friends and family to share it? This is the question you have to answer, my dear students. These lines create a rhyming scheme for the first stanza. When you combine them with the first two lines, A B is the rhyming scheme. Innisfree rhymes with honeybee and mid rhymes with glade.